Daf Ayin Hey, Ilu Nishmas, Yecheskel, Reb Tzvi Yehuda. This Gemara really begins with the Mishnah, Daf Ayin Daled Amud Beis. The Mishnah states, if the theft was witnessed by two, and the slaughter or sale by one witness, or the thief admits, he does not pay the 4 or 5. The novel teaching of this din is just as one witness, if another testifies later, it is the testimony of two, so too an admittance followed by witnesses makes the thief liable. Now this contradicts Rav that we learned earlier, who holds Moida Biknas L'achar Kach Bo Eidim, the thief is patur. However, the Gemara proves, even according to Rav, that if the admittance was out of court, it is not binding, as in the case of Rabbi Gamliel, who blinded Tebi, his slave, in order to free him. Rabbi Yeshua said, you accomplished nothing with your admittance, because there are no witnesses. He's still a slave. However, with witnesses, he would be liable to free him because he admitted out of court. So in other words, according to Rav, that case is special because since Rabbi Gamliel admitted out of court, if witnesses come after, they can be mechayev him to free a slave. But had Rabbi Gamliel admitted to Rabbi Yeshua court, then his admittance would have stood even in place of witnesses. Rav proves his din of Moida Biknas V'achar Kach Bo Eidim patur from a pasuk. The verse says, Im himatzei timatzei b'yado agneba. The double lashon indicates if he is found guilty by witnesses, he can be found guilty by the courts. However, if he admits to his crime, then he cannot be found guilty by the courts. However, how do we know if witnesses came after his admittance? Still in all, he is exempt. A second verse says, Asher Yashiun Elokim, only if the courts incriminate him and not witnesses. The extra pasuk indicates, even if witnesses come after, he is exempt. However, Shmuel disagrees and holds if witnesses come after his admittance, he is chayav. What does Shmuel do with the pasuk of Asher Yashiun Elokim? He says the extra pasuk refers to a thief, whereas the other verse refers to a custodian, as the Gemara explained earlier. Although Shmuel claims support to his opinion from Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar in a Braisa, it could be that really Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar holds like Rav, except in a case where the thief testifies and admits for fear of approaching witnesses. Rav Habduna qualifies Rav's ruling to where he admits the theft, since he obligates himself to pay at least the principal. But if he did not admit to the theft, only to the slaughter or to the sale, and then witnesses testify that in fact he did slaughter or sell the animal, he is liable to pay because by his admittance he did not obligate to anything. This is also the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan. Our Mishnah supports this as well, because the first teaching compares one witness to one who admits, where there were two witnesses to the theft and an admission to the slaughter or sale. But if there was an admittance to the theft, even if witnesses testified after he stole, he would be exempt. So we see that if he admitted to the theft, since that admittance at least requires him to pay the principal, even if witnesses came after, he would be exempt. The Gemara attempted to prove that in fact this rule is argued by Sumchas and the Rabbanan. In a case where witnesses forced admittance by the thief to the theft, if he also admits to the slaughter, since it was not on account of witnesses, according to the Rabbanan, it is a bona fide admission. And even if witnesses testify later to the slaughter, he is exempt. Sumchas holds, since he did not obligate himself to anything by admitting, he is not exempt. The Gemara refutes this. Their argument is concerning another principle called Edus she'i ata yochol lazima.